On Monday, Chattanooga Mayor Tim Kelly and all 9 members of the Chattanooga City Council were sworn in for their terms of office during a public ceremony at Memorial Auditorium. After his swearing in, Mayor Kelly began his second and final term in office with these words.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody. I would like to start by thanking my staff, my family, and all the supporters who made it possible for me to be up here and for all of us to be up here, and the good Lord above for being there for me over the course of the last year. It was a strange and difficult year in many respects, and I simply would not be here without all your help and support, so thank you. I would also like to thank the members of our Chattanooga City Council, both new and returning. As you know, it is no small thing to put yourself forward for public service, subjecting yourself to all the attacks and the conspiracy theories in the age of social media. There are too few good people going into public service these days. It takes courage, thick skin, and a lot of hard work, both to run a campaign and to be a member of City Council. And for all your efforts, if you win, you are rewarded with a job that doesn't pay much, but demands countless hours of work, sleepless nights, and even more criticism. Despite that, all of you have stepped up and stepped forward to answer the call to build a better Chattanooga. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's hear it for our newest council. But indeed, it could be worse. While this is the only political job I've ever been in, I know from talking to other mayors around the country that we are blessed in Chattanooga. We really are. We have a much more harmonious political culture than most places do. And I will work very, very hard to keep it that way. While we sometimes will disagree, as Chairman Henderson said, I will always bear in mind that every one of you has your district's best interests at heart. And in today's politics, that is not something that I take for granted. The spirit of partnership is what makes Chattanooga so special, one of the things that makes it so special. And my only ask of you is that you join me in always working to make a difference, not just make your point. It's worth remembering that this election put Chattanooga at a crossroads just after the strife of our November elections. We could have turned toward the politics of division that has torn a hole in the spirit of this country and so many cities across America, or we could have reversed that trend and continued cutting our own path, driving Chattanooga towards its full potential. And Chattanoogans overwhelmingly chose the latter path. They chose the high road, and we should all be immensely grateful for that. Yeah. So for many elected officials, winning more than 85% of the vote in a re-election campaign might be seen as a high watermark, the climax of their personal narrative as they quest to etch their names in the history book, the most important moment of their political lives put behind them. I'm told it's a difficult thing to do. But make no mistake, while I'm extremely humbled and I'm honored by the support voters showed me, I did not enter public service to win popularity contests. Politics isn't even particularly interesting to me. I entered public service because I believe that with the right leadership, with our toughest problems in Chattanooga met head on, Chattanooga, my home, the city I love, can overcome its challenges to be the best city in America. So, yes. So I don't view my reelection as a pat on the back. I view it as an encouraging plea to solve more problems and deliver more results for the people of Chattanooga, to make a difference for this city and her people. And that is what I intend to do. But just as I said on this stage 4 years ago, we must be honest about the challenges our city still faces and the hard and sometimes uncomfortable work it will take to address those challenges. We have made significant progress, but there is still a lot of hard work left to do. The gaps between the wealthiest and the poorest in Chattanooga are still too wide. Housing is still too expensive. There are still too many who are homeless. Too many roads are still in poor condition. Our public transit system still needs investment and improvement to meet the needs of our people and our businesses. UTC still does not have the research capacity that our region needs to be economically competitive. Parking downtown is still needlessly complicated and frustrating. Experienced that this morning. While crime has gone down significantly, it is still too high. Our first responders are still underpaid. The developments in progress on the west side of downtown still have a long way to go to live up to their potential, and we need to be more creative in Hickson and East Brainerd in managing growth and mitigating its negative effects. We still struggle to provide adequate workforce training to lift families out of poverty and help businesses thrive. Our outdoor assets are the envy of the nation, but we still trail many peer cities when it comes to the quality and size of our public park spaces. Our airport still lacks enough direct flights and competitive carriers. Our small businesses still need more support from their communities, and our entrepreneurs still need more resources and more pathways to success. And while we're very proud of Volkswagen and Unum and Blue Cross and our other major employers, we have yet to really break the glass ceiling mid-sized markets face to bring the corporate headquarters and research and development jobs we need to make higher paying careers available to more Chattanoogans. In short, our work is working, but there is still so much more work to do. The voters put us here, folks, because they believe we saw the urgency of these problems and that we, those of us up on this stage, would do our dead level best to fix them. So, to members of council, both newly elected and re-elected, to other local leaders, both elected and unelected, and to everyone who cares about Chattanooga, I ask you to roll up your sleeves and help us meet this moment to address our challenges. I ask you to put aside partisanship, geographic rivalries, racial resentment, and cultural differences. I ask you to commit to collaboration and cooperation, to put the common good of our fellow Chattanoogans above our self-interest, to make a difference, not just make your point. And I would remind you that this Chattanooga way stands in stark contrast to the chaos and brinksmanship that sadly become normal in Washington. But Chattanooga is different. We can be better. We can do better. So while there will be policy plans and paths put down on paper as there have been before, including an update to the One Chattanooga plan, my guiding principle for the next 4 years is going to be simple. Do more, do better, and deliver more excellence to our fellow Chattanoogans. And finally, one last time, I ask you to join me. I have but 4 more years left in this job, and I cannot do it well without your help. And our fellow Chattanoogans are counting on all of us to get it right. And we will, because in Chattanooga, when we come together, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless Chattanooga. Now let's get to work.
Chattanooga Mayor Tim Kelly, after he was sworn in for a second term on Monday at Memorial Auditorium.